Live from Sholo TV studios, starring Krista Rask, Coach Matthew Thacker, Colton McGinnis, Thaddeus Carlisle, Coach Mike Broken, Cody Wanson, Officer Butler, Chris Fines, Connor West, and Mr. Grena. This is After School with Ethan Tippets.
Welcome to After School with Ethan Tippets. My name's Ethan Tippets, and this is After School with Ethan Tippets. I haven't seen you guys in, like 2 months now. Christmas break, we've had some scheduling conflicts, but we're finally here. We're in the Sholo TV studio, and let's just get right into it. Here's Krista Rask, our high school counselor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So, just a couple questions. What's going to go on in the second semester in the counseling department anyway?
The second semester is super busy. As soon as we get back, automatically putting in grades, getting senior credit checks done, making sure that seniors are graduating. So if any seniors are wondering, we do have those done now, so they can come in and check their credits, make sure that they are on track. And then class registration for 2021.
Yeah.
It's kind of a strange number to say, but 2021 school year is starting this semester already.
Okay.
Already planning out courses of what's going to be offered, where things will be put in the schedule, and then actually going into the classrooms and getting those schedules requests put together.
Yeah, I should probably come by the counseling office pretty soon because I never got a PE credit my freshman year, so I think I need to take care of that.
Ethan, you're a senior.
Yeah. So I was talking, I remember last year I talked about it to somebody. I think it was to Miss Coda. I was like, hey, I don't have a PE credit. And she was like, oh yeah, we'll do that Edgenuity. Like, we'll just get it set up and you'll just bang it out and take care of it. And then I never did it. So I should probably get on that. So I'll probably be seeing you pretty soon.
Probably
here in the next couple weeks.
Maybe on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yes, morning.
Yeah, because we don't have school on Monday, right?
We do not.
So
Monday's
Tuesday,
a holiday.
I will see you on Tuesday.
Monday's a holiday. That's good.
Yeah, so you deal a lot with scholarships too, with seniors and getting into colleges too, right?
We do. Everything financial, anything we need to do for admission paperwork, sending out tons and tons of transcripts to colleges, and then recording any scholarships that students get. We need all of that information. If a student gets accepted to a couple different colleges, let's say 4 or 5 different colleges, and they're offered money to all of those schools, we want to know that dollar amount because each year we try to gauge what the seniors have gained in financial scholarships, because that's their achievements that they've come up with, and we want to know what that is that they're doing. Okay. So any senior that's got scholarship money that they've been awarded, we'd like to see the award letter, and then we'll be presenting that at our awards banquet or on Cougar Day when we do that assembly.
That 3-hour thing that we all have to sit
through. Yeah, 3-hour assembly.
Does that help with like school reputation or anything? Like how much money like certain students earn? Does that help?
It sure does.
So what's our school grade right now? I know that's like a thing with like the national. It's like an ABC kind of
grade. That's done with. Can I just tell you that this couch is a little too tall for short people?
Your legs are floating out over here.
Yeah, it's a thing. Our school label is more of a state. It's state done. But it's not just based on that. It's based on AZ merit testing. It's based on enrollment. It's based on lots of different things.
Okay. So with AZ merit testing, I know you're not a teacher, but how do you feel about Arizona's school standards and the way that these tests are kind of formulated?
Well, this year it's changed. Now the state of Arizona is saying that AZ merit only needs to be tested for 10th graders. So being a senior, you're like, oh yeah, I don't have to take a test, because normally we didn't test seniors, we tested 9, 10, 11. But now the state of Arizona is only requesting 10th graders take that test.
Why is that? Do you know?
It's kind of going back to a point in time that we used to have Ames testing. Ames testing was for 3rd grade, 8th grade, 10th grade. They're kind of going back to that, more of a mile marker in high school of knowledge instead of every single year. So it'll be a little bit different this year for students.
So it's probably a little bit easier to deal with too.
It is.
So are the 10th graders this year taking AZ merit? They're not taking it next year though?
Correct.
Okay, so it's kind of switching up the system.
So the juniors this year don't take any testing, and the freshmen don't take any testing.
Okay, so that's probably pretty nice.
It is nice. Good for them.
Yeah. So how long have you been a counselor for, and how long have you been a social worker for?
I have been at Sholo High School. This is my 13th school year.
Okay.
So
At Shola?
at Sholo.
And is that all you've done? Like, that the only place you've been for counseling?
For school counseling.
Okay.
And then my degree is in social work, so I've worked in several different other arenas, medical, hospice. I worked at a military school for several years.
Okay. So what made you want to get into social working? Is that what it's called? Like social working? Is that
Social
how you'd
work,
say it?
yeah.
Okay.
You know, I think my mom was a big advocate when I was a teenager and a young kid that we needed to give back to the community a lot. We volunteered lots in homeless shelters, food banks, things like that. That was just part of our family activities. And so I watched a lot of people in those areas that were professionals, and it was mainly in a social work type of setting or degree. So when I graduated high school, went to NAU, I didn't start off as a social work major, but that's what I ended up getting a degree in.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm saying I'm thankful for the way that the counseling has helped me.
Oh, thanks.
I wouldn't be graduating.
Well, we need to
probably.
get that PE credit.
We do need to do that. And that ingenuity.
And check that math.
You get that math, yeah.
We have a
I
semester,
half a credit
friend.
now, yeah. So, I
have
don't
a
know,
s-
we'll figure that out.
We will.
But yeah, thank you for your time, and
You're
we'll
welcome.
be right back after the break. Thank you.
Thanks.
Welcome back to After School with Ethan Tippets. I'm now joined with Coach Thacker, Thaddeus Carline, and Colton McGinnis of the basketball team. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
So, why did you bring Thaddeus and Colton here today to talk?
Well, Thaddeus and Colton are our team captains. They were voted on by the other kids over team camp to be captains. They're seniors. They're our two leading scorers, so I felt like they'd probably be the best representatives.
You guys know your stats?
No.
Career points? You got to get on that. Get on Max Preps. Figure that out. You got to wear that on your shirt.
Only stat that matters is a W.
There you go. Wow, you should quote that. Is that your senior quote? Because it should be. So what's your guys' record right now? Do you guys know?
Like 12-7.
12-7?
Counting the tournaments.
Okay. So what?
Okay, so what have your biggest opponents been this season? Who have been your biggest opponents?
Definitely the last time we just played Winslow,
Mm-hmm.
and they're a top 5 team. They're pretty legit.
Yeah.
Played Holbrook in a tournament. They're about the same. So we definitely played some good schools. Chinley. I mean, good opponents. Get us ready for playoffs.
Yeah. So when is playoffs for basketball? When does that start in the playoff season?
Right after the regular season.
Right after? Oh, yeah.
11 games from now? 11 games from now?
11? You guys play a lot of games. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a long season. So how's practices been going? Like, how is it? How are you guys liking it? How you guys liking this year as seniors? Do you guys think it's a good senior year for basketball?
Nothing else like it. It's just a great sport and great time. Last time we get to do it. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Probably at the beginning of the year, we didn't really realize that like it was coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're like already halfway through, so we're kind of redoubled our efforts.
Yeah.
And just trying to lock down more, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, getting that last push for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had played. Thacker knows, I played freshman year, my little 5'6" body.
You were an up-and-comer.
I was an up-and-comer, then I quit because I couldn't hang. That first week.
It's you and
I think
Chris.
Yeah.
I think we had practice during your salon days or something.
Yeah. The days where I had to, I was getting pampered, and it was like, you're supposed to be at practice.
And I was like, what? With looking this good? Not a chance. No, but I kind of wish I'd played, but I think I like looking from the outside because then I can judge. But when I'm actually on the court, I have no place, especially now. I mean, like, I understand the game, but when I'm out there, I just fell behind physically. You guys are above me in more ways than height. So yeah, you guys, I don't know what else to ask. Let me think. So what are you guys doing in like spring? Like baseball and track, right? So what events do you run in track?
Me? I'll probably be on like long jump, triple jump, 4x1, 4x4, hopefully.
I don't know what those numbers mean, but all right. And for baseball, you're doing baseball, right?
Yeah.
What position do you play?
I'm mostly pitch.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's nice. I thought you played first base.
Sometimes, but like pitching is like my real
They
strength.
kind of
I
throw you
guess.
around a little bit.
Yeah.
Does gas.
Yeah. So moving to Mr. Thacker, I understand you're an English teacher
I
at the
am.
school. How long have you been doing that for?
Long time. My first English teaching job Well, my older boy was a year old, and he's 30 now, so it's been a while.
Is there any specific reason you got into teaching English in the first place?
Well, I just found going up through school that just seemed to kind of be the subject I had a natural inclination for, and I always liked it, and so I knew I could always be in the physical part of things. I mean, I had grown up athletically. I wanted to have probably more identity to myself than just that, and so I kind of latched on to English.
Who were some of your favorite authors?
Well, growing up and going through college, you read a lot of Hemingway and Wordsworth and different things. Of course, then you get older and it's more Jack Reacher and Clive Cussler, those types of things. It's just you read whatever you want.
Well, this has been fun talking to you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your season. I'll have to come see you guys play a couple times. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to After School with Ethan Tippets. I'm now joined with Coach Brogan and Cody Watson. How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So, you're the captain of the girls basketball team. How's your season been going this year?
It's going pretty good.
So, are you liking having your senior year of basketball? It's a little bit weird.
Yeah, I didn't realize how fast it's going to go until it actually started, and then it's almost over already.
It seems like a trend almost. A lot of seniors, they get into this sport that they've been playing forever, and they're like, wait, this is almost over. So how you guys looking going into playoffs coming up within a couple of weeks, right? Or is it longer than that?
Yeah, we got 9 conference games left, and we have another game with St. John's, so we got about 5 weeks left. But right now we're sitting pretty good. I think we're 19th in the power rankings, which will get us into state. So if we finish pretty good, we'll have a chance to do something fun. So we're hoping.
So you're the captain, right? Is it weird being the captain of the team, like kind of being a leadership figure, or is it natural to you?
Personally, I think it's natural. Like, I just like to kind of take charge, and then especially we have so much younger people on our team now that hopefully I influence them a little bit.
So are there other seniors on your team besides you? A couple of
Yeah,
others, right?
it's me, Harley Hitchcock, Hannah Barclay, and Jelly Gamboa.
Okay. So how long have you been playing basketball?
2nd grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And do you think, don't get offended over this, but do you think that your height has any sort of, do you think it puts a chip on your shoulder when you're out there on the court?
I definitely have to work a little bit harder because usually there's height there. And so when people guard me, they're a little bit taller than me. So yeah, I guess I kind of have to work harder, but it doesn't really affect anything, I don't think.
So Coach Brogan, sorry. How long have you been coaching basketball?
This is my 21st year of coaching, so my 3rd year of coaching girls, so we made a transition over and stuff. But
has basketball always kind of been your sport?
No, I was a baseball player as a little kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to hit my little wiffle ball over my house, and I thought I was going to be a professional baseball player. And I got to high school, I grew up a little bit, and basketball ended up being pretty good to me. So.
And you also teach math, too.
I do.
Is there any specific reason, or is it just like I'm good at math, so I'll teach it?
Yeah, I guess. So I had a business administration degree from the University of Arizona. The job I was working, they moved our office up to Reno, Nevada, and I chose to not move with them. And I had a brother who was a teacher, and he said, we can't hire math teachers. And I said, well, I can do math. And I went down, took a test, and I was teaching math about a month later. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a math teacher?
7 years.
7 years?
So.
I took your class last year, and I like the way you run your class because it's not really homework based, and I'm not really a homework guy. It's more tests, so that I was rocking with an A the whole year.
Yeah,
so
well, that's kind of more of a college idea, but for all you parents who watch this, sorry. But we just don't want bad habits, right? No need to go do homework at home when you don't know how to do it. That just reinforces our bad habits, so we try to stay away from that stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I was talking to Miss Rask earlier, a couple interviews ago, and I'm probably going to have to be switching into your class again. Yeah. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So as long as it ain't first hour, I guess you'll get there on time.
Yeah, that's true. I remember I took your class last year. I had like 19 tardies in the first semester.
Like you were the one kid in the school who ran into the tardy maximum.
That was me.
That's all right, though.
So how do you feel being a senior? Just overall.
It's weird because, like, you kind of have a routine of going to school every day, and then during the summer you either work or you just have fun, and then now, like, you kind of have to go in the real world, and it's gonna be different, considering it's almost over anyway.
So what are your plans for after high school?
I don't. I want to go to college. If I can get a scholarship for basketball, that'd be really cool. I really want to be a police officer when I'm older, or something like with law. But I think I'm just gonna work and save for now, and then see where that. Unless I get a scholarship.
And say it's weird being a senior. It's like adulthood's creeping up.
Yeah.
There's this big
Definitely
change
scary,
where we go to school for 14 years, or I don't know how many years we've been in school for that many years, and it's like, oh, just kidding. Go be an adult.
Yep.
You're 18 now, haha. Yeah, thanks for coming to talk to us. I hope you guys have a good rest of your season, and I hope to see you guys in the playoffs. Thank you for coming out.
Great.
And we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to After School with Ethan Tippets. I'm joined with Officer Butler and the Sholo Cadets. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Great.
I'm good. So what are the Sholo Cadets? Like, what is the Sholo Cadets?
Yeah, so Sholo Cadets is a youth program that we have through the city of Sholo. It's pretty much anybody who's interested in becoming a police officer or is just more curious about what law enforcement does in general. And what we do is we meet twice a month and we talk about different law enforcement related topics. And the fun thing is that we don't just sit down in class and talk about it. They actually get to do a hands-on portion. So we'll have a lesson about a specific topic, and then afterwards they actually get to kind of try it out themselves.
So do you think that helps with, so are you the only one who kind of gives the lessons, or is it?
So currently I'm the only advisor that we have for the program, but we do have other officers that help out. They'll come, like, for instance, just as an example, if it's like a canine lesson, we'll have the canine officers come in and do a demonstration and teach about it. If it's a SWAT related class, then we'll have them come and teach about it. But for the most part, it's typically me. We'll have a few other officers that come in and also help out too, though. So.
Okay. Do you think that teaching would help the officers uphold the law even better than they do and kind of get even a better understanding of it?
Absolutely. You know, you learn about it, but then once you actually teach and instruct other people, you kind of get a better understanding. So I think absolutely it does help out.
So Connor and Chris, right?
Yes.
So why did you guys decide to join the Sholo Cadets?
I started it because I wanted to be a cop eventually. So I figured it'd just be a good start for me.
Okay. And
I've pretty much always been wanting to get into law enforcement, and I heard about it from a friend.
Okay.
So I talked to Officer Butler, and I signed up for it.
Cool. So how old are you guys?
I'm 16.
Okay. Yeah,
Actually,
I'm
I'm 17.
16, 17? Okay. So it's like a high school program.
Yeah, so the actual age requirements that we have is from 14 years of age, and you can actually go all the way till 20.
Okay.
Because then once you become 21, that's the legal age you become an officer in Arizona.
Okay.
So once that happens, we'd rather people just start to go, if they're interested in law enforcement, start going to apply and actually get a job. So right now we're 14 to age 20.
See, I didn't even know you had to be 21 to become a police officer.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I just assumed it was 18.
Yep,
So
no.
like, here I am.
Yeah, it's actually 21.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Mhm.
So how long have you been doing this for?
So I've been a police officer. This is coming into my 7th year now.
Okay.
And we've actually had the program for 3 years now. I think in April will be our 3-year mark of having the program going.
Okay.
And we've had anywhere from 20 people to as small as 5 people sometimes.
okay.
So currently we have on average about 11 showing up in attendance for the class. So.
Cool. So what are the reasons that you guys are all interested in law enforcement? I mean, obviously you are.
Yeah, right.
Because, I mean, you're there. But why are you guys interested in getting into it?
I think it's fun to, like, just save lives, keep people safe.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I just like getting out of the house and doing stuff.
Yeah, see, I thought about a lot of careers. And I thought like being a detective would be fun. I think I just watched too much movies. But like I watched movies like The Departed, and I'm like, dude, that'd be so cool.
It's awesome.
Like
man.
go do like a drug bust thing, and like I don't know. But yeah, it seems like being a cop would be like fun. But is being a police officer hard?
It's so that's an interesting question too. Yeah, it's got its ups and downs, its highs and lows, just like any other job really. But as long as you're keeping your mind sound and keeping physically fit, it's really not too bad of a job to do. And that's what we love about the classes, because they get a firsthand look at what law enforcement's all about. They get to put in scenarios and different things like that they can actually just try it out. So we currently meet right now twice a month. And if anybody is interested in joining the program, what they can do is go down to the police department and ask to speak with me, Officer Butler, and we can kind of give them a little bit more information as how to join. There's an application process and different things like that. But we also train to do different competitions and things like that, where we go against other cadet groups around the state and around the country too, and put our skills to the test and what we've learned about law enforcement, and kind of challenge other cadets. So it's really a neat program like that. That's too.
Cool.
So
yeah. So are there any specific requirements to be other than age?
So yes, age is one of them. Secondly, is we would ask people have a kind of a clean record, not be getting into trouble a lot and stuff, because law enforcement, you have to abide by the law, in order to become a cop. So we ask that people, if they've had troubles in the past, start working to get that resolved. And that's pretty much it, really. Just be of that right age group and not being into trouble a lot, and that's about it. So,
thank you guys for your time. I hope you guys don't pull me over in the future. And thank you. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to After School with Ethan Tippets. I'm now joined by Mr. Grena, longtime science teacher at the high school. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm still here after parking lot duty, windy out there. They put me right by the junior high, which is not very nice, but they get the experienced people out there to do that tough work.
Yeah, you got to go out in the wind right on that.
And the junior high, they're like, wait, stop, there's a car coming. But no, they keep coming. So we do all right.
Yeah, so how long have you been a teacher for?
30 some years.
You still liking it?
Yeah.
That's good.
It's good.
Yeah. So what made you want to go into science for teaching?
Well, I have a degree in forestry, and I started out in that. And a lot of that was working by myself, day in and day out. And it's good, but I wanted to be with people, and I didn't want to be with adults.
Yeah.
So I went into teaching.
Forming the youth of America.
Yeah, just giving them what they need.
Yeah, giving the future. Yeah. So I understand you're a bit of a baseball fan. How you feeling about the league right now?
Well, there's a lot of trading going on, and of course the teams that are strong are just getting kind of stronger. And there's not much news now. We're going to start preseason play probably about the 20th of February, but there's a lot of talk with this sign stealing that the Houston team and the Boston did last couple World Series, so that's most in the news.
So going back to school, I understand you're starting a new class or new program?
We started a freshman class called Environmental Science.
Okay.
So we're going to push our Earth Science class that used to be freshman up to a junior level, make it a little bit more rigorous. And then that way some kids will have choices between chemistry, which is going to be mostly math, versus the geoscience that won't be.
I think I took that class freshman year with Ms. Musrell, right? The Earth Science.
Yes.
So that's getting moved to junior.
It'll be
now?
It'll be a little bit stronger.
A little bit more rigorous. Yeah. I like that class. A lot of planets and stuff. A lot of interplanetary.
A lot
learning.
of labs.
Yeah.
A lot of good labs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I took chemistry too. I like that with the calculations and stuff. It's like kind of helps you like understand. And before I took your class, I didn't know that after water boils to 100 degrees, it like doesn't go any higher, right? Is that true? Or am I stupid?
It's true. No.
Okay.
But yeah, and it varies with sea level. At sea level, it's going to be a certain degree. Up here, it's going to be less.
Yeah.
Phoenix will be a different temperature. So people don't realize just a little thing on chemistry, like if the thing's boiling, you're boiling an egg up here in Show Low or down in Phoenix, it's going to take longer to cook that egg because it's boiling at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
So people don't realize that sometimes even in cooking in the oven and stuff like that. So
and they say cook for 3 minutes, and some places might not work.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. How the little thing, it's just a little bit.
So
north.
they're thinking, all right, 10 minutes for this is enough here, but not if you're up on the mountain. It's going to maybe be 15 minutes or something.
Yeah, that's
like
interesting.
That,
so, is there any reason you got into environmental science at the beginning?
It's just a good class to start them out with some labs, some good lab work, and it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't have any math in it, so they don't hate science after the first year.
So then when they go on, they'll be like, oh, well, this is fun. We did it before, then now we can apply math to it.
Yeah, and I'm teaching that with Mrs. Musrell, and it's really good. I think what's good about it is that we're approaching it from what does the Earth do, instead of most of the textbooks for that You go right into the first chapter, and it's about how humans are destroying the world, and that's total ridiculousness, because you got to know what's happening on the earth by itself without us, then go back to how we're polluting and stuff like that. What's the natural stuff happening as far as rains and winds, and they affect a lot of the climate too. So, well, they affect all the climate.
Do you think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge teaching freshmen now?
Yeah, it is. Just the vocabulary, they don't understand my sense of humor.
Yeah.
So some of the words, they're like, man, you don't like me. I said, no, you don't understand. That's just a joke. But they don't understand that yet.
Yeah, see, I've seen that a lot with, like, I remember me being a freshman. I remember there's this big thing where it's like, it's not bullying if somebody just says something rude. And there's a lot of that where it's like, you need to look a little bit behind yourself.
Yeah, I did. I said something, I won't use the words, and they weren't bad words at all, but the class went kind of crazy. And I went on the Urban Dictionary and looked it up, and it was like, no, that's not what I meant. The Urban Dictionary, it was not a good word. It was not a good word.
All right, well, I appreciate you coming out, and I appreciate you still being a teacher here, because you're one of the favorite teachers that I've ever had. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you.
Thank you. And we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to After School with Ethan Tippets. Unfortunately, this is the end of this saga, of this episode. But I will see you guys in the next one in probably about a month. This has been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one, because that one's going to be even more fun than this one was. We're just going to keep improving until I leave Show High School and I graduate. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the crew is. This is all part of the film class, our film 3 and 2 and 1 class. It shows good representation of who we are and how we are and what we are. Thank you guys all for watching. Hi, Mom. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.